So, as we all know, right, the latest poster for the next arc, right, the visuals actually revealed this new character who is the third Otsutsuki, or has always been known as the third Otsutsuki after he got revealed in Naruto Shippuden, right, and when the filler arc came with the 6th stage, right. So the question is, who is this character? And in this video I'm going to be talking about this character as well as making a few theories about it. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit that notification button, because I'm about to delve into some, stuff that you don't know. So when we got introduced to this character, it was in Naruto Shippuden, right? And then people started speculating, because from the movie and from the novels, right, there was only just 2 people who were the enemies that Kaguya was always preparing herself for, and those enemies were Kinshiki and Momoshiki. Right now, even though they were a big threat because of the powers and the abilities that they held, right, nowhere was there mentioned to be a third person who has actually been revealed to us, right? So the question is, who is this third person, and how did they even come to be part of Momoshiki and Kinshiki to, become this triad that are, the next threat for Boruto in the anime? Temporarily, we could call this character Urashimataro, and the reason for that is what I'm about to explain. So before Momoshiki and Kinshiki even existed, Kishimoto, when designing these characters, decided to name these characters after characters of the Japanese folklore, right? And then there were 2 characters who were named Momotaro and Kintaro, and he took the Momotaro and turned that into Momoshiki, and then Kintaro to Kinshiki, right? So these characters were actually based off characters from the Japanese folklore. And then in an interview, Kishimoto actually revealed that there was a third character in his original script which he wanted to add to the movie, but in the end the character did not make it into the movie because of time constraints that they had. The only reason why I suggest we should call this character temporarily Urashimataro is because Urashimataro is not the actual name of this character, or at least is not gonna be the actual name of this character, because Urashimataro is the character which this third Otsutsuki is based off of. So Momoshiki and Kinshiki are based off Momotaro and Kintaro, and then this third character is based off Urashimataro, meaning the final name is most likely not going to be Urashimataro. And the thing is, people might say, okay, so if we have Momotaro and Kintaro turn into Kinshiki and Momoshiki, then is this character not going to be called Urashimashiki or something like that? And I think that is not the case, because the reason why I think Momoshiki and Kinshiki have similar names is because they are related to each other. So for those people who do not know, Kinshiki is actually the father of Momoshiki, and I think that is why they have similar names. And the thing is, not all Otsutsukis are related to each other, right? So I don't think that this third Otsutsuki is going to be related to Momoshiki or Kinshiki, so he's going to have a different name. Okay, now what his name is, I don't know currently, but so far what we know is that this character is based off a character in Japanese folklore named Urashimataro. Now, according to the interviews with Kishimoto, the reason why this character did not make it into the movie is because of one thing, and the thing is that Boruto the movie was focused on a father and son relationship, right, which was the whole gimmick thing going on with Boruto and Naruto, as well as Momoshiki and Kinshiki kind of thing. So it's like father and son vs father and son kind of thing, and that is what they wanted to focus on. So they obviously had a time constraint to keep a lot of detail in as possible, right? And then they had to edit out a lot of things. So I'm going to be doing a video talking about all the things they cut out, or at least a lot of the things that Kishimoto wanted to keep inside the movie, which was not possible due to the time constraints and so on. So be sure to check out the video after watching this one. And because of all these time constraints, Urashimataro did not make it in because he was a character on his own, meaning he is not, related to Momoshiki or Kinshiki in any kind of way. And that is why Kishimoto just chose to use Momoshiki and Kinshiki, because they fitted the mold for the whole father and son relationship, and Urashimataro was just cut out, just like a lot of the details that I will reveal in the next video. For those who do not know the original story for Urashimataro in the Japanese folklore. I will explain it to you. So a basic summary is Urashimataro was a fisherman who saved a turtle / princess and was allowed to visit her palace at the bottom of the sea. When he came back from his visit, he discovered he had been away for 300 years. So that is the character which this third Otsutsuki was based off of. Now my question right now is, how strong do you think this character is? We already know that Kaguya is afraid of Momoshiki's and Kinshiki's abilities, with Momoshiki's ability being able to absorb, an attack and return it multiple times the amount, and then Kinshiki has a very good battle sense. So these two make formidable opponents, as them being Otsutsuki makes them, a bit more overpowered than a regular person or a regular being, since they've been slaying different species of alien life, which you should check out because I did a video on that. And now there is this character in the equation. So what ability does this character have that makes Kaguya tremble? I have 4 scenarios as to what this character will actually do. Okay, so scenario number 1 is that Toneri has been talking about these gods arriving, and he has been really panicking. As we can see, he was gushing blood right in the episode when he was talking about these gods arriving very soon, as well as reality cracking. And the thing is, maybe Toneri will have something to do with what is about to happen. Maybe he will join in the fight, and then he will probably deal with Urashimataro, or the character based off Urashimataro. So let's call him the third Otsutsuki. So I think on Earth, this is how it's going to go different. So the 5 Kage were actually useless when fighting against the Momoshiki and Kinshiki, even though they came. So I think what they want to do is they actually want to give the Kages a spotlight. So either Toneri will be dealing with the third Otsutsuki, or maybe Momoshiki and Kinshiki will be dealing with Naruto and Sasuke, and then Urashimataro or the third Otsutsuki will be dealing with the 5 Kage, and then the 5 Kage can end that Otsutsuki, as well as Naruto and Sasuke ending Momoshiki and Kinshiki, right? The other scenario is that we know that Momoshiki actually has 2 transformations, right? So in the novel he transforms twice, and I think the first time he transforms into that that reddish form, right? And then that is from absorbing Kinshiki, right? And then maybe he calls for the third Otsutsuki for assistance after he can no longer fight, and then he absorbs him to create this new version with the golden Rinnegan. So it could possibly be that this character also has a Rinnegan and it's being golden, and that could also explain why Momoshiki actually gains a Rinnegan on top of his head, because he does not have one until he actually absorbs Kinshiki. So it could possibly be that Kinshiki has a Rinnegan, which Momoshiki then inherited after absorbing him. So I've already done a video on that, which you can check out at the top right on the eye with a circle around it, and there will be the videos which I recommended. Who knows, it could be that Toneri actually defeats this Otsutsuki and then takes the Otsutsuki's eyes in order to gain his vision back. Therefore, he can come on Earth and he can actually, teach Boruto how to use his dojo, since he knows a lot about it, as well as what is going to happen in the future, since he can predict what is going to happen in the future. And then also there is this other popular theory, right, that Kawaki will be the one to destroy this, third Otsutsuki, to make sure that he can gain this seal that, Momoshiki gave to Boruto. But that is by going with the theory that whenever you defeat an Otsutsuki, or whenever you kill an Otsutsuki, you actually receive this seal. But the thing is, it has never been stated anywhere that you receive this. Momoshiki just gave it to Boruto on his free will, right? And he said, once you defeat a god, you never cease to be a normal person. Now the word god, right, is just a title, and Momoshiki just gave it to himself. There were other characters in the world who gave themselves title, right? It has never been stated anywhere that Otsutsukis give you a seal on your palm straight after you defeat them, right? Plus, Kara already has a lot of these seals, so it's like, are you saying, if we go by that theory, then they have been massacring a lot of Otsutsukis, which is something that would be proven difficult to do since the Otsutsukis are overpowered. So it's either that, or the Kara members are actually, tiers above the Otsutsuki, meaning that Naruto and Sasuke cannot do anything. And if that is the case, then it does make sense if they do die in the end. Or maybe the next scenario is that Momoshiki and Kinshiki come, they do their damage, and once they are defeated, this character, this Otsutsuki, who has seen everything happen, returns to the original planet or wherever in the universe where the other Otsutsuki exists, and then he decides to gather all these Otsutsuki to come onto Earth to conquer Earth, since the people on Earth have actually gained knowledge and have the power want to use chakra to do whatever they want, as well as use it offensively, and so they need to come and conquer these beings before they become dominant to the point where the Otsutsukis cannot do anything about them. Again, if you are new to this channel, subscribe and hit that notification button because I will be making more videos like this. And don't forget to check out the aliens that exist in the world of Naruto, as there is evidence given by Momoshiki and Kinshiki within the novel of Boruto that they do exist, as well as Kinshiki having the Rinnegan possibly. And then check out this entire playlist of me going into depth about things in the world of Boruto. With that being said, I hope this video has been very informative. Check out the videos at the end, and I have nothing more to say. Bye.